Hello and welcome back. It is now Monday, April the 13th, so a little bit cool out here this morning, but it is supposed to warm up quite significantly this afternoon with a high of 16 before we get cooler midweek, potentially more snow on Wednesday, Thursday. So let's take a look, see what's going on right now. Up in this field by Carmangay, we have quite a patch of downy brome throughout the field here. Now this field is going to be going into vigor canola, so we really need to take care of this prior to seeding. So what we're going to be doing in here is using a pretty stout rate of glyphosate to get control of all this fall germinated brome, and we're going to be making sure we add something into the tank like Crimson to make sure that we get the most out of our glyphosate and increase our efficiency throughout the field, so we'll be able to get this under control prior to seeding. Definitely continuing to see more kochia this week. Wherever the soil is bare enough and warm enough to see germination, it is definitely here. Still very small. These ones are just out of the cotyledon stage. It looks like it's just starting to put out their first true leaves. See if I can zoom in on them a little better here. There we go. So you can see we got open cotyledons with the little whorls just kind of starting down there. First true leaves. Little fuzzy guys just starting to appear. Well, another grassy weed of concern this spring, definitely foxtail. I'm seeing quite a few clumps like this. You know, usually it's pretty easy to distinguish from brome at this growth stage. You'll see these clumps of foxtail, whereas brome is kind of in singles and patches. It is mostly fall germinated, and our best time to control it is in fall. In spring, we need a little bit higher glyphosate rates. So same as controlling downy brome, use glyphosate with Crimson to get the best effectiveness possible, get it under control prior to seeding something like canola or barley in this case, as well as, you know, we got some perennial sow thistles coming up here as well, so keep an eye out for these guys as well. Well, let's take a look at our soil temperatures. We'll see if they've improved since last week. Here on the surface this morning, we're hitting about 8.5. That's warmer than ground temp, or warmer than air temperature right now. It's okay at about an inch. 3.4. There's an earthworm there, which is good, a good sign. That usually means we got good soil activity starting to, things are waking up. Okay, we're down to about 2 inches now, about 2 degrees here. So definitely warmer than this time last week, but still pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see if those temperatures do come up this week, but our weather forecast is still going to be relatively cool. So I think we're going to stay fairly cool. Here in this field we have a bunch of winter annuals. This is shepherd's purse here, so a little bit different leaf structure compared to a dandelion, but it is quite commonly misidentified with dandelions depending on frost effects can sometimes change the appearance of the leaves. But overall you can see we've got that mustard type flower head on here. You can see this one is already trying to flower, which is extremely early in the season, but it is what it is. There's also some flicksweed kind of mixed in here and there. You know, some of these flicksweeds here, you know, already 2 inches kind of wide, so definitely some winter annuals out there today. Checking out some canola stubble, and wherever the ground is bare here in the canola stubble, soil tends to be a little bit warmer, and actually starting to see a few canola just starting to germinate here. Still very, very small, but they are there. So that's definitely telling us soil temperatures are warming up. I think compared to last year at this time, our soil temperatures are a little colder. I'd say weather-wise, we're probably close to a week behind where we were last year, but we are definitely waking up here. You can see a bunch more kochia starting to put out its first real leaves in here, so definitely waking up and getting going. Well, this particular field has a bit of a problem with some volunteer fall rye, and we should probably get it under control sooner rather than later. Now, even though it is quite warm today, and I think the forecast for tomorrow is decent, after that we got a couple really cold days with you know, potentially 0 as a high for Thursday. So we might be better off to wait till next week to do a lot of spraying on plants like this. But it would be nice to get this under control prior to seeding, because once we have barley emerged in here, we are going to have pretty much no control on this volunteer rye. This particular field, we have a pretty good patch of flicksweed along the edge of the field here. You can see we are pretty thick in here. We definitely had some good fall germination in spots, and we need to take care of this. We are coming in here with some Authority Supreme, as well as glyphosate, of course, and Crimson, to get all this under control prior to seeding yellow peas in here, which will probably happen in the next week or so. So hopefully we will have good control on these guys. Here in this field, we got some patches of wild oats just starting to emerge. Pretty early for these little guys. Usually we don't see them until a little bit later, but definitely in this warmer worked ground, you can see they are really starting to get going in here. So that's not nice to see. I prefer to see them a little later in the season, but at least we can get some of them at least under control using a pre-burn. Checking out the edge of this pasture field, and here is a few wild crocuses starting to bloom. So that generally means we are springtime. So usually it's within a week plus or minus this time of the year. We usually start to see these guys. Only been checking fields for a couple days, and I've already found my first projectile point of the season, or I shouldn't say point, broken part anyways. This looks like the back part of, probably too big to be an arrowhead, probably some sort of javelin point or atlatl point, but yeah, pretty cool. See if I find the rest of it here. In this field we do have some dandelions. These would have germinated probably last summer or fall and formed a rosette, which is now overwintered. So these will actually probably start flowering in the next couple of weeks at this growth stage. So but the interesting one is right here. This looks to be a bull thistle that has basically overwintered with top growth. So that's quite interesting. Really shows you how mild of a winter that we had. Here in this field we have a very nice stand of fall rye. You can see it is definitely broken dormancy and is growing actively. There is a few weeds in it here and there, but for the most part, most of these weeds are going to get covered over between the rows here pretty quick. If the weather is nice enough that we can get in here and do a in-crop herbicide in the next week, then we might do so to clean up a few of these winter annuals, but probably this rye is going to cover over these rows and suppress any weeds pretty quickly. Well, it is Thursday now, and as you can see, the snow has blown in, although apparently it's much more to the north of us than what we're getting here. They did forecast something like 10 centimeters of snow here, but I'm not seeing that happening at the moment. But it's still coming down steady, so who knows? We'll see how things look tomorrow. Well, it's a frosty Friday morning out here right now, but the skies are starting to clear and the sun is starting to shine. I think we're going to warm up substantially the next couple days. I think we'll be back in the field in no time. There wasn't enough moisture in this area for it to really slow us down any. I know once you get farther to the north, there's substantial snow around that high river area, but here we definitely did not get that. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video this week, and we'll see you next week.